Super 8's 3 wins from 4. Top 4 hopes are gone, but they could upset the apple cart here at Langtree Park. The team news is that Saints have 2 men returning from suspension, and one of those, Luke Walsh, steps straight back into the starting lineup. He replaces the Frenchman Theo Farge at scrum half. Fullback Johnny Lomax might have the looks of a choir boy, but he celebrated his 26th birthday last Sunday. Up front, prop forward Greg Richards maintains his impressive run in the first team. The first 15 games this season saw him come off the bench. This is his 9th consecutive start, his best ever run in the first team. And the substitutes include Atelier Vey, fresh from the first ever 2-try performance of his career last week against Hull. And Luke Thompson has completed his 2-match ban and returns at the expense of young Jack Ashworth. For Castleford, 12 first-teamers are missing, plus Andre Savelio on loan from Saints, but precluded from playing tonight against his parent club. But the game's leading try-scorer, Denny Solomona, is out there, fresh from his 6th hat-trick of the year against Wakefield last week, and that's a new record for hat-tricks in a season by any player. Up front, Matt Cook steps up off the bench last week to replace Savelio. It's his first start since the 1st of May, coincidentally also against St Helens in the home defeat. And it's only his 5th of the season. Paul McShane starts at hooker, and that means Adam Milner moves to the back of the scrum. And it's a completely changed substitutes bench from last week. Young Brandon Douglas becomes the 12th debutant for Castleford this year, the 33rd player to be used all told in 2016. And the coach, of course, is Darryl Powell. So the Saints, they have beaten Castleford home and away in Super League already this year. They've not lost to Castleford at home since 1992. And a win will put them level on points with Wigan in the race for 3rd place. But as I said earlier, no team has done better than Castleford in these Super 8s. They're one of 3 to claim 3 wins from 4. Their points for and against column is the best. And when you think they faced Hull away, Wigan at home, Warrington away and Wakefield at home in the first 4 rounds, the only defeat to Warrington, 11-14, Jack Hughes' late try beat them. Well, they have had a season to remember. And the year that Darryl Powell won the Coach of the Year award, it was very well deserved. But I tell you something, with all the injury problems that Darryl and the Castleford club have had this year, this achievement in 2016 ranks alongside that. He has done a remarkable job in preserving the Castleford Tigers' Super League status for 2017. Well, they look like, Saints, they might have missed out on the Super League playoffs for the first time for long periods of this year. Instead, they maintain the game's only 100% record after Leeds' fall from grace this year. They were well adrift of the top 4 in mid-June. 7 straight wins, though, followed. The Catalans had 8 defeats in their last 9. And so it means that they will play in the semi-finals, will St Helens. This, Steve-O, could be a really attractive match. 2 sides who love to fling the ball around in the right conditions. We have the right conditions. It's warm, a little humid, but absolutely bone dry. And 2 very entertaining teams on show.
I'll agree with that, Eddie. St Helens and Castleford really have shown some tremendous Premier League football this year. And I had a quick word with Darryl Powell just before we came up onto the gantry. And boy, is he confident. He realised a long time ago that the Tigers could not make the top 4. But he has said, boy, we're going to make it very difficult for those that have made that top 4. And it'll be another notch on the belt. And he's very, very confident. You said the players are really up for it, especially with the fact that Denny Solomona, he's looking to beat that try record, Eddie.
Yes, he is. It could be his night. We'll have to wait and see. They took another big blow in the build-up immediately before this match. Oliver Holmes, their outstanding second-row forward, is out ill. He's been suffering from a virus all week. And so there were late changes. Jake Webster has moved into the second row. Ben Crooks will start in the centres. And young Connor Fitzsimmons makes only his 2nd appearance of the year off the bench. He made his debut in the 2030 defeat to St Helens at home this May. But for St Helens, Luke Walsh is back, and that, Terry O'Connor, could be a key factor.
Yeah, he's definitely key. Luke Walsh talking to him on the sideline before he went into the changing room. He was full of confidence, and it's been frustrating sat on the side watching the lads over the last 2 weeks. And that man, Jack Smith, the referee, he's got it all on today, because Castleford are one of those sides, no matter who's missing, and a lot's been made about the personnel that won't be playing in this game. They don't feel sorry for themselves, but what they have got in Gale, Dawn and Chase, they've got 3 genuine match winners themselves. Throw into that Denny Solomona. They're absolutely brilliant. They believe in what they do. If they've got a worry for them, it's the likes of Jake Webster playing out of position in the pack. And then you look at the 2 props that they've got, Lamb Patrick and Matt Cook. They've got it all on to control Saints.
Well, you know, if St Helens win by a margin of 15 points or more, they climb above Wigan to 3rd place, ahead of the Warriors' trip to Hull tomorrow. So the stakes are high. This league leaders' shield is very much up for grabs. Hull, Warrington or Wigan can all yet pinch it over the next fortnight. St Helens want to get as high as they can, and they have got designs on 3rd place at least. And tonight will go a long way to seeing just where the Saints will finish come the end of the season. Castleford, as I say, out of the 4. No way they'll make the semi-finals, but just have a look at the way they play this game. They are entertaining par excellence. That's Jack Owens who gets this game underway. And here comes Junior Moores. Look at the way they throw the ball about with gay abandon. Here's the man of the moment, Denny Solomona. He tries to go past Dominic Peyrou, and he and Luke Walsh bring the Super League leading try scorer to ground.
Well, the Tigers, they've set their stall out very, very early in the piece. They know that St Helens have got a very strong, big pack, and they don't want to just continually down the middle. It's all there, the opening stanza. Just keep it, get it out wide. They're so attractive to watch, and they're full of confidence. Got them offside, I think.
No, that's a high shot.
It's a good carry from Lamb Patrick, isn't it? He follows up Matt Cook's carry. He goes in straight behind the play. The ball hits a very good line, and he earns his side a penalty.
It's amazing, you know, the way that Paul McShane has really settled into this Tigers camp has been outstanding. He's very quick from the dummy half position, and by the time he runs maybe 2 or 3 yards forward, get the big forwards coming onto it. Pretty difficult to stop.
Matt Cook is the man in possession here for the Castleford Tigers, 10 metres away from the St Helens line. And here is yet another penalty for offside, bang in front of the Saints posts. That's 2 in a row in the opening minute and a half of this match going against St Helens. Well, he certainly brought his whistle with him, Jack Smith.
Well, a lot of clubs, Eddie, in Super League, they probably would have opted for the easy 2 points, but not Castleford. Not to score tries, and some of the tries this year have been just superb.
This is Luke Gale, comes to Dawn, and Dawn goes through them, and Dawn gets the first try of the match for the Castleford Tigers. An ugly start for St Helens, 2 penalties in the opening 2 minutes. A brilliant start for this team, Castleford. 13th try of the season in Super League for Luke Dawn. The supporters delighted with the start that they have made. And in the first 2 minutes, on the back of 2 successive penalties, 1 for a high shot, 1 for offside, Castleford get over the line for the first score of the night.
Lack of discipline, see there, no doubt about it. John Wilkin, the loose forward, and the skipper. And then they get pinned by Jack Smith, offside. Didn't go for the 2. They knew they had it out wide. How many times have we seen this from Luke Dawn? Look how the fullback comes through. 2 dummy runners. Boy, that will set a lot of alarm bells ringing in the coach Kieran Cunningham's head. This was so easy. Oh, dearie me, there was no one there in defence. He threw a half dummy. Wasn't even a step. Oh, so easy.
Luke Dawn's got only 3 games left of his career. After his effort against at Wakefield last week, it was 12 tries. That's his 169th try in Super League, by the way. He's 6th on the all-time scoring chart in the competition. They will miss him when he retires from the game at the end of this season, the 34-year-old. Now then, Luke Gale. He needs just 7 points for 500 for Castleford. He now needs just 5 points for 500 for Castleford. And the Tigers under Darryl Powell have made the best possible start.
It looks simple when Luke Dawn puts the ball down, but look at the work he has to do. You see him, he comes from one side of the post to the other. Luke Gale knows those two players that are going through are going to attract the attention of the defenders from St Helens. And Luke Dawn, as he's done so many times in his career, finds the space, finds the gap, and gets the opening score for the Cast Tigers.
Well, it wasn't the noisiest place in the world a few minutes ago, Langtree Park, but it has gone particularly quiet.
Yeah, and I think even the fans realise that the setup that St Helens had in the defence there, Dominic Peru went completely out of the system, and you just hesitate. You can't hesitate with the speed of Luke Dawn, even in the latter part of his career.
Yeah, well, they're a side that like to throw the ball around. They're not taking Saints on the middle, and likes of Webster and Minnick, and they set that try up. But again, shifting the ball, they've got people pushing up in that next hole, making the defenders think, who's going to get the ball? Who do I go for? Do I make that wrong choice?
Come on, James, go for.
It's Castleford who are coming forward again with Paul McShane. He gets away from the would-be challenge of Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. Patrick gets it away, but it is put down by Matt Cook.
Yeah, he was passing the ball before he actually controlled it. Yeah, he really should have gone for that. He was on for a quick flick. Not the best.
Sorry, Steve, Sin haven't touched the ball here, and right from the kickoff, you bang on. Everybody's on the back foot straight away in the Saints shirt, because they know the danger, they know the threat from everybody. Cast Tigers playing shirts, it doesn't matter whether they're full back, prop forward, loose forward. They're going to look to put players through gaps, and the push support is the impressive part of Castleford Tigers play.
Well, here's St Helens with ball in hand for the first time, and Alex Walmsley taking them forward to the 40-metre mark inside the Tigers' half of the field. This now is John Wilkin, gets a short ball away, and that is Greg Richards, who is brought to ground on tackle number 3. They go down the right again with Luke Walsh. Walsh then finds Johnny Lomax. He gets the ball out wide, but Dominic Peru, the threat from him, is dealt with. And now it's Walsh again in centre field. He finds John Wilkin. Wilkin looks for the runners. It's Jordan Turner. And Turner is tackled on tackle number 5 by 3 defenders. So here comes the last for Saints. Luke Walsh tries to jink away from a couple, gets the ball away. Wilkin on the inside of the boot finds Owens. Good ball from Owens. Great try. Great try from Matty Fleming. Now then, the referee is having a word with his touch judge on this near side. He has not given this try yet. There must be a question mark about the onside, offside. But they have a try steer coming on the field. They just want to check whether there's anyone straight inside the 10 as they chase that John Wilkin kick.
Well, the specific player they asked about was Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. Where was he on the kick? Is he in front? He probably is, perhaps just in front of John Wilkin when the kick goes up. So what does he do when the ball goes forward?
Luke McCarthy Scarsbrook is 3 in from this left-hand side of your screen.
That's the one, and it looks like he's moving forward, and there's a Castleford player contesting the ball. So he's within the 10 there. So this could well be chalked off.
It's all a question of where Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook is judged to be when that ball goes off the boot.
That's it. It's pretty close. It's a tough decision there for Joe Cobb, video referee tonight. Well, they applied the pressure. The ball went to Luke Walsh. He was quick enough to hand it on to his skipper, John Wilkin.
Well, there's no doubt, Stuart, that Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook is inside the 10.
He's inside the 10, so it's just down to the judgment as to whether the video referee can decide whether he's in front of or not.
So is this going to be given to Matty Fleming? Is it his 4th try of the campaign? 1 month to go to the grand final. The try is given. That's interesting, because I've seen many, I'm sure you have as well, Stuart, this year, many tries disallowed for that exact same ruling, that a player's ahead of the kick and inside the 10 when it lands.
Well, all I can presume is that the video referee has judged that he was actually behind the kick.
Well, it all came about by the poor attempt from Matt Cook. The knock-on, given position. You can see they put a lot of pressure on Luke Walsh. But it was good to think that the captain, John Wilkin, was there. It was a pretty tight thing for Joe Cobb, the video referee, put it. It's very, very close by the saying that Wilkin. I think perhaps he's got it right. I think Mr. Cobb has got it absolutely spot on, but it was very, very close.
Well, it's a great response from St Helens to that opening try for Castleford, and that's a wonderful conversion from Luke Walsh, back from a 2-match ban incurred in the home win against the Catalan Dragons here last month. But Fleming's try has levelled things up, and Walsh's goal has done likewise.
Well, Saints over the years have not just relied on the number 7 or 6 to make plays. John Wilkin, the accomplished player that he is, he gets the ball, he puts it into the right space for Jack Owens to jump for. He doesn't panic and just pat the ball back anywhere. It's a controlled offload to that man, which makes that try look easy.
Well, we said for the try that St Helens conceded that Kieran Cunningham would be not impressed by the defensive lineup, but I must say it wasn't the best attempt by Ryan Hampshire. He got out-jumped and knocked the ball back. You've got to be certain when the kicks like that, you've got to have that power, you've got to have that confidence to try to defuse the bomb.
Well, Steve, I think the 3 best players for St Helens last week were Johnny Lomax, Jack Owens, who took the man of the match, and Adam Swift. Not for just the tries and the attacking work they did, but whilst coming away from their own line and gaining that momentum for St Helens, they work incredibly hard.
Well, we've had, what, 7.5 minutes? We've had 12 points. It's going according to the script. In the Super 8s last year, these two met at Castleford. Saints won by 42 points to 38. So we had an entertaining game 12 months ago. We might be in for exactly the same here tonight, which is what we predicted pre-match. Dawn pouches the high kick downfield. He's running backwards. Now he'll straighten it up. He can't get the pass away, though, before Peyru and Greenwood get to him, bring him down. And Solomona, well, they will watch him like a hawk. He has scored so many tries down that left-hand side. Darryl Powell said yesterday they've been pretty potent down the left in their attack this year have Castleford, not only for Denny Solomona, but he reckons that 9 tries have been scored down that left channel by players other than the Super League top try scorer.
And the thing that Darryl Powell does, he's a very crafty coach. Solomona doesn't always play out wide on the wing. He will come into the centre, and in fact on 4 occasions that they've had possession, you'll find that Minikin has gone out and that Solomona will play in the centre position. And that's the reason why he's been so, shall we say, red hot in the try-scoring stake.
Stand up, 1, hold.
Well, that little kick through diffused easily by Johnny Lomax.
He's hurt though, Eddie. He's picked up a knock as Lomax.
Cock, move.
Paul McShane, Steve-O, chasing hard from the inside.
Oh, it was a knee.
Had to be brave, Johnny Lomax.
Here's a penalty for St Helens, which will relieve the pressure on them.
They've turned up with a great attitude. The line speed has been absolutely brilliant. Getting off the line, just taking the yards off Saints, but Lan Patrick just flopping on top of Adam Swift there, gives a simple penalty away, but good attitude in defence in the opening stages from Cass.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Junior Moore's the second marker there, had done such a good job of trying to stop the momentum, and then you get the flop. Just a lack of confidence.
Walsh will get to his feet, will play the ball to Roby. Here is Walsh again. Just drops the pass off again to Greg Richards, taking it forward. Stands, plays the ball to Roby. Wilkin. Had a bit of a disjointed match last week against Hull, did John Wilkin. Led them to victory, of course. Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook steps inside a couple. Somehow gets the ball back, and it was risky, and Matt Cook's the first to react to it.
Well, they've just evened the scoreline, and the last thing that they want was St Helens to try to force the pass. Just get good possession. They should have built up for that, for the kick into the corner. They've got so many good kickers out there in Wilkin and Luke Walsh.
3, James away! Come on, Greg.
Yeah, see the error.
Hold, Louis. Go, 3.
Johnny on the spot. Not there a lot quicker than James Roby.
4, Greg.
Gale gets the ball away neatly to Webster. Quick play the ball from Webster. He fought to get to his feet then. Here is Dawn again down that left-hand side. That's good defence, though, from the Saints on Greg Minikin. Solomona dummy half. Gale with the kick, cross-field, looking for the runners. Ben Crooks is one of them. Diffused in his own goal area, though, by Adam Smith. This could be a quick tap restart here. Castleford should be on red alert because this fella's quick and he has support. The support from Jack Owens.
Move right in.
It was a pretty good job there. I think it was. I think who it was. Just ankle tapped him his way. It looked as though he was going to make the full break.
Doesn't matter now because Castleford have got the ball back, courtesy of A mistake by Saints. Ben Crooks was the man who dropped on it. This is Gale. They have space out wide here. Dawn and Solomona is outside Minikin. Solomona's calling for the pass wide. Solomona calling for the pass wide. Minikin couldn't get it to him. And what's more, Lomax has done a wonderful job in defence. He's pinched the ball, but the referee, Jack Smith, is saying that he has dropped the ball.
He's not deliberately stealing.
Well, Luke Gale was in support. Minikin couldn't find him. Ultimately, he took the risk and gambled to go on his own. Johnny Lomax, he steals the ball,
but it goes backwards, and that's the key moment. Wonderful effort there by the fullback Lomax. And again, we see the problems that this St. Helens defence has. Every time Luke Dawn comes into the attacking play, he creates half a chance.
Totally agree with you. He fixes those defenders. He creates space on the outside, not just because of his sweeping line. When he carries the ball, he gets one of the defenders interested. He's a very good player, and he's going to be missed, Luke Dawn. Here we go, a couple of strong carries now from Saints. Just look at the line speed here, Mike.
Well, Kieran Cunningham surely is going to get the message out. Remember, we saw McCarthy Scarsbrook try to offload in an impossible position. Things you've got to slow yourself down. I mean, oh, that's a good run.
That's where they're at their strongest. Quick play of the balls and action off the back of it. James Robit, the warrior that he is, he's made a rare mistake.
Kieran Cunningham, Sean Long just watching anxiously here, waiting for the referee's signal. I think it is going to be Castleford's head and feed at this scrum.
Oh, that was knocked out. McShane got away with it. McShane flips this ball. Well, I think you can see Jack Smith's there, but I think Jack Smith is more intent in getting the defence back, so he didn't see that.
Well, I think he's slightly distracted by the... there was almost an obstruction just before that, and I think he was distracted by that.
First,
Webster's cut down on tackle number one.
Go one.
Thought he was playing centre tonight, Jake Webster, but now in the back row of the scrum because of the illness suffered by Oliver Holmes.
I don't mind him playing there. I think he's strong enough.
Third, James
He's certainly got the upper body strength.
Well, he would have had a spell there, I think, had he started in centres. All things equal. Oh, lovely ball. Minikins, this the moment for Solomona? No, it is now with Luke Dawn.
And that's what you call timing, the way they just took control of that pass and just passed it right at the correct time.
Gale again down that left-hand side. Spins away from a couple of would-be defenders. Gets the ball away. Luke Dawn has it. And what's more, Jack Smith writes the tackle count down. All right, Steve. Oh, we can all hear the referee. Don't worry. Paul McShane gets the ball back to Gale again. Good chase by Walmsley.
Cracked him up. No chance of offloading there.
McShane. Oh, he's dropped it.
Oh, dearie me.
First one by Cass.
And he knows it. Darrell Powell thrown it away. Well, you talk about the way that the Tigers are attacking on that right-hand side in regards to the Saints' defence.
Wilkin, 10 metres.
Dominic Peru is having a nightmare at the moment. He can't get himself into a good position.
Hold on your 10.
Obviously, Darrell Powell is fully aware about that a little bit of a weakness there. That's about the 5th or 6th time that they've attacked the centre, Peru.
You got an hooker in.
Sweaty palms, maybe, from Paul McShane.
Come on, start your front row, lads.
Resulting in that knock-on by one of the two ever-presents in this team. Tomorrow night we see Hull FC and Wigan, both of them hell-bent on winning that League Leaders Shield and getting to the semi-finals in the best possible shape. 7:30 tomorrow on Sky Sports 2, and Lee, if they beat Huddersfield on Saturday at 3 o'clock on Sky Sports 2, they will be promoted.
But they're making some mistakes, and some calls are going for Cass. Jack Owens there, just trying to get up in his urgency. Yeah, they're trying to make it as sloppy as they can. Cass, look, arms in, squeezing as tight as they can. They won't give any distance between the ball carrier and the defender.
Well, I think we saw before it was Paul McShane, the hooker. The normal hooker, Adam Milner, is the man that dislodged that ball. They've got away with it. But on both those occasions, instead of applying the pressure to the Tigers, they've come up with an error early in the tackle count.
Well, a lot of teams do it. They use two hookers at some point during the game. They'll keep the players with the biggest, greatest engines on at the same time. And Cass, probably through necessity rather than design, have got Milner and McShane.
This is Milner.
Second, Kyle, movement! Hold Louis. Louis, you've got to hold.
McShane. Gets the ball away. Rangi chase, lovely ball to Dawn. Over the top it goes. Ryan Hampshire restored the Castleford Tigers lead. The young man will enjoy that. He's on a season-long loan from the Wigan Warriors. That's his 8th try of the season. He got the crucial touchline conversion for Wigan in a 12-4 home win against the Saints last year. And he's just got a try here tonight that nudges the Castleford Tigers ahead once again. Rocky Hampshire.
Well, this is the Demir Owens. You can see there that Adam Milner certainly had an arm in there. Surprising, but they took a good opportunity. Good dummy runner coming through, and you can see how the winger came in. It was an easy flop over by the fullback. What a wonderful player Luke Dawn is. We mentioned earlier, he creates havoc in any defence.
Well, it's good at the back end, and Luke Dawn's pass is exceptional. But taken by Junior Moores, and specifically Rangi Chase. He takes it to the teeth of the defence, and those 3 defenders that are attracted by those 2 players for Castleford, they can't reload, and the space is created for that man to score.
Baz, I just get the impression, we've seen Rangi Chase over the few seasons. What a talented player, etc. and so forth. Some of the players around him, they often didn't know what he was going to do. But it appears to me that Daryl Powell, the coach, has said, you settle in as a team. And that's what we're seeing tonight. Normally, we'd probably try to do a sidestep, try to throw a dummy, but he's playing as a team player now.
It's no coincidence to me that players like Rangi Chase, Luke Gale, who's been very dominant in 2016 and for many years before, they play their best rugby league because Daryl Powell has a half-back's brain. He's closely accompanied by Danny Orr and also Ryan Sheridan in the youth setup. So those rugby league brains, they're transferring all that knowledge to players like Rangi Chase, Luke Gale, and just allowing them to play the natural game.
Luke Gale then with the chance to add the extras. Ryan Hampshire's try, tight to this touchline. Luke Gale, though, accomplished goal kicker. Oh, and he's just pushed it the wrong side. He's pushed it in front of the posts. 10-6, though, Castleford, 17.5 gone.
It's a simple game plan forecast. Whenever the ball player goes at the line, he attracts the defenders. Then you've got dummy runners outside and Luke Dawn around the back. Whether it's on the left edge or the right edge, he certainly does create those numbers. And it's a simple job description from Daryl Powell. If you're a half-back, lads, this is what I want you to do. If you're a forward, I want you to carry the ball hard. If you're a second rower, hit good lines and support on the outside.
Jacko injury starts against the team that have claims to being the most attractive side to watch in Super League for a second year in a row. Only Warrington has scored more tries and points than the Castleford Tigers in 2016.
Carry all the way, Louis. Hold, go 2.
And Matt Cook, he plays the ball.
They've started really well. Matt Cook
3.
and Lamb Patrick, they've been very good. And I said at the start, I'd be a bit worried because they've got to play longer minutes. They're impact players. They come on, they'll blow teams away for 20 minutes, have a break, and then come back on again. They're going to be asked to play about 60, 70 minutes this evening.
Oh, I think Junior Moores has picked up a bang there as he played that ball.
Yeah, he looks in a lot of discomfort, doesn't he?
5, Louis Walsh.
Here's the last tackle. Moores gets to his feet. Meanwhile, the other side of the field. Oh, Matt Cook with the kick.
Okay, Greg,
well, that's not in the coaching manual of Daryl Powell, I'm sure, but he had to get the kick away, only as far as Lomax. The hit from Milner was on the shoulder. There's the problem that Junior Moores has. Surely not another injury problem for Castleford as they approach the back end of this injury-ravaged season that hasn't gone well for them since round 1 when they lost their skipper Michael Shenton for the rest of the campaign, and he won't be back now before the end of the season. They're not in the running for the 4, so Daryl Powell said, let's leave him, let's have him back fresh in 2017. Good decision.
There he is. You've got to play to your strengths, and you get to a situation, but the defence has been so good. They realise the danger of James Roby running from dummy half. And it's been a good play by his opposite, Paul McShane, keeping a good eye on the international Roby.
Jordan Turner's high kick. Matty Fleming's chasing this, but Luke Dawn underneath it safely.
The one thing about Luke Dawn that I've always admired, Eddie, is that every time he gets the ball, there's apprehension in the opposition. They just don't know what he's going to do. Is he throwing the dummy? Is he going to go on his own? He's been such a great asset to Super League.
Here's Dennis Solomona again, by the way, and the debate about whether he should be playing for England in the Four Nations is now over, because Dennis Solomona says, no thank you, I am a Kiwi and I'll either play for New Zealand, that would be his preference, or Samoa.
And good on him, Eddie. What a lot of integrity shown in that statement there.
Milliken almost through.
And I'm just watching Junior Moores. He's very important to the Castleford side. He's getting a lot of attention from Matty Crowther, the physio from Castleford, and Darryl Powell. You know, he finished his career in the pack. I wonder if Junior Moores is out, Darryl Powell might be tempted to put his boots back on.
I asked him
and
that.
Get himself a shirt.
He says at 51 he doesn't think he could last more than 5 minutes.
Well, if he was out there for 5 minutes, Eddie, it would be very constructive for the side. He's proven, though, he's been a great coach, but that is a bitter blow.
It's a big loss, that.
Yeah, I think it's a knee problem. You can see twist there. There's
Jordan Turner had hold of him, didn't he? And he went down.
And you could see as he twisted. And they've done the right thing, get him off as quickly as possible. And he knows he's talking to the physio and exactly what happened.
Every scrum, we need to be getting in.
Well, it's not going to be easy for St. Helens. Okay, they're only 4 points adrift. But a lot of the last, we say, attacks, Saints have struggled to get out of their danger zone. It's important they get to the halfway line to allow the likes of Walsh, Turner and Wilkin to get a quick kick in. Oh, and this will help.
Yeah, Adam Milner comes off the line. It's a brilliant shot, very good contact, and then it's just the little extra efforts on the floor, trying to turn Peru onto his back. And Jack Smith, well, he's just setting the standards early on. Look at that, good contact. Trying to turn Peru's head towards the sticks, makes it a slow play of the ball, but then just too long there.
Well, he's Castleford's top tackler this year is Adam Milner.
First, Greg Minikin away.
And that could have been a penalty, actually, because Webster turned the man on the floor with the fingers round his ankle. Don't forget you have the opportunity to send in your tweets to us again tonight, as usual, at Sky Sports RL, hashtag AskSkyRL. The boys in the studio at the end of the match tonight will do their best to answer the best ones, the best questions you come up with. Turner gets the ball away, meanwhile, to Lomax.
Yeah, pretty good defence there. It had to be as well. Ben Crooks, he saw that Johnny Lomax, the full-back, was coming back on that inside pass.
Kyle Moore just on the field. He just swats Paul McShane away with the right hand. Now Roby, bit of space for him to exploit. That ricocheted off the boot of Milner. Gobbled up in defence.
Yeah, the idea was there, but you're right, Eddie. They just got that ricochet in there. A little bit of luck. But this is where St. Helens want them. Their coach, Kieran Cunningham, works on the principle that if we lose possession, make sure it's in the opposition danger zone as well.
Kieran Cunningham, Sean Long, watching on anxiously. I think they've... Oh, and that's high shot. That is a high shot by Wilkins, straight into the throat of Will Mayer.
It's got to be a high shot to hit Will Mayer as well. He's a big man, just come on the field for Junior Moores to add his size and presence.
And this is happy, Kieran Cunningham with that tackle.
Sorry, that's because that's where you want them, isn't it?
Well, he knows that that's going to be in Barry and Terry's biggest hits next week.
More than likely. If it winds you up, it's in, Eddie. But this is a crucial period for the Castleford side. Tez has talked about the starting pack, the players who normally come off and try to re-energise the side and lift the pace of the game. Well, this evening they've got Mark Fitzsimmons, Paddy Flynn and Brandon Douglas, who's on his debut, so a big responsibility in the next 15 minutes or so.
Well, we mentioned the fact, Baz, that you know, Saints wanted to get Castleford and keep them down in that corner. To give away a silly penalty like that, it's infuriating for the coach.
They're going the left-hand side again with Dawn. Solomona hugging the touchline. Will he make it tonight to 36 tries in a season that Leslie Vinacolo's mark has stood the test of time until maybe this year? Angie Chase saw there was space to be exploited in that corner and does that, finds touch with the kick. Let's go down to Angela Powers. I think, Ange, you've got some news on Junior Moore's injury for us.
I do, Eddie. He's on the touchline now, and he's just had his left knee strapped up with ice. They're still having a look and seeing what exactly is wrong with him, and they've not ruled out the chance that he will come on. But he mustn't like playing against St Helens. He was, I don't know whether you remember, back in March, he injured a hand against St Helens and was out for several weeks. So it's a bit of a hoodoo against this team for poor Junior.
Well, if he's out for several weeks this time, that'll be the end of his season, but let's hope not. He's very important, as the boys have been saying, to the Castleford Tigers.
It was a back twist there. You could see, the body turn and the knee just stayed in that one position. So it's probably ligament around, maybe a cartilage problem. Either way, it's a big loss for the Tigers. This is where they've got to ramp up the aggression, but make sure they don't give away a silly penalty like they did about 5 minutes ago.
Amor now takes the ball forward. Both him and Luke Thompson have been pitched on from the substitutes bench by Kieran Cunningham and Sean Long, who I must say, every time Benny Solomona gets the ball over there on the left-hand side, they've got 4 and 5 players watching him very, very closely indeed. Meanwhile, Castleford, look, you can see the defensive line's like a dog's hind leg, so they're all offside.
You've got to be switched on. Towards the back end of the set, you've got to make sure that you're in line with the referee. You're talking, not just talking to the players around you, but with the referee. Yes, sir, I'm back with you. That's just lazy. You've got to make sure that you switch on in certain key areas when you're defending.
And it's amazing. A lot of teams realise they think that on the blind side, the referee's not going to be watching. It wasn't that occasion, Jack Smith. Again, both sides get into good positions and then what? Giving away an error or a penalty.
Roby gets the ball away to Wilkin. Walsh just drops the pass off to Joe Greenwood. 2 tries against Castleford at the Jungle in May. 11 tries this season for Greenwood from the second row. Great record for him. Here is Amor.
Paul off the ball!
Amor pulled to ground. Tackle number 4. Couple left. Roby with a little run. Trademark. Gets the ball away to Wilkin. He turns around and does a 180-degree switch and gets Thompson involved. That's flicked off the Castleford hand, so the referee wipes the tackle count down. 6 more to go then here for St Helens.
Yeah, Jack Smith deemed that the Castleford player intended to get onto the ball.
Wilkin again steps out of the would-be challenge of McShane. Can't get away from the next 2 in though. They're 7 metres away from the line of Saints with Roby, and Roby finds Turner. Turner then gives it to Lomax. Try on here if he could get it out to Adam Swift. He couldn't, because that was good defence from Ben Crooks. Fleming to Morgan Knowles. Here now is Amor again, carrying the battle forward. Halted 3-4 metres away from the line. Will get to his feet and play it to Roby. Roby pointed left and has gone right. Turner finds Walsh, short ball. Whoa!
What a defence.
What was high? Well, it was a defence, but it's a penalty for a high shot.
Sadly, but boy, that was a big hit. Greenwood felt it as well.
It's his physical presence, Joe Greenwood. Carries the ball very strong. He talked about his 11 tries, but it's the line breaks, it's the penalties that he earns his side. Because players like Luke Gale get constantly barraged by his runs.
Well, this will be the 3rd set of 6, and the Tigers can hang on. Remember, the first try came from a kick.
That's a good run from Thompson. Right underneath the Castleford post now here. As Roby looks left and right again, goes right, finds Walsh. Walsh, little dummy, gets it away.
Away, Lou! Goal line 2.
Solid defence this time on Greenwood, and legal as well. Wilkin, Thompson to Walsh. Walsh looks for the runners. Here's one of them, and it is Morgan Knowles. Has he got it down? He has, yes. Scores a level. Morgan Knowles. Well, he's made a little bit of a habit of this year, and he has got a new 3-year deal safely pouched, courtesy of Kieran Cunningham. A try off the bench against Wigan in July. That almost earns him folklore status in St Helens. And, well, that's his 4th try of the season. He scored some vital ones.
Yeah, silly play again, and you can see there they get the touch to it. It was Luke Gale that got a fingertip that to 6. Then the high shot from Gale, not doing his coach much good. Kieran Cunningham will be happy with that, especially the way that it was built up. Look how they go wild and then go. Beautiful pass. Wonderful play there by Luke Walsh. And the big fella knows it as well. Look how it comes onto it.
I agree with you, Steve, with the timing of this pass, yet again, from Luke Walsh. He attracts Rangi Chase, and then it's just a one-on-one with Morgan Knowles and Crooks. It's an excellent pass, but a strong run from that man. He's been in impressive form this year, Morgan Knowles. Had a very good 2016.
Well, I'd be happy with that, the build-up there, but both sides are paying the price of giving away silly penalties, high shots, offside, discipline, not good from both sides.
Luke Walsh here, though, with the opportunity to just nudge St Helens in front by a couple of points. Right-footed kicker, right side of the pitch for him. No problems for Luke Walsh. And St Helens have a 12-10 advantage as we reach the half-hour mark. Now then, there is Abe Terry, one of the great prop forwards of the 50s and 60s. 11 times he was capped for Great Britain, 1958 to 1962. And St Helens paying tribute tonight to one of the legendary figures of the past. Too often the past is forgotten by certain clubs, but not here.
I met him before the game and Tommy Martin was taking him over to have a look at the montage that was under the stand. Looks like he could still play. He's in better nick than me anyway, Eddie.
Well, that's not difficult.
I was going to say, look along this line, and there's not many of us who aren't.
Too true.
First,
including Angela Powers.
Hold, goal one.
Well, the rain is starting to fall from the sky here at Langtree Park, and that won't make the handling any easier.
Stand free.
And this is important now that St Helens has good refereeing. You know, Kyle Amo would try to con the official then.
Because of this rain though, Steve, or does it play into the hands of Saints, who've got the bigger forwards, who've got the forwards and the experience on the bench, or will Cass still try to play and play on the outside? And I don't think Cass will change the way they play.
Well, we're a calendar month away from the grand final now, and we all know in October, on that wet night at Old Trafford, kicking game is imperative. I wonder whether the sides now, as we see the safest man, normally safe as houses, drops a relatively easy catch. Oh dear,
it's gone right through him.
There's an hole in his bucket, isn't there? Well, back in 99 times out of 100.
It's a schoolboy error.
There's a hole in your bucket, dear Liza, or change the name to dear Luke.
Yeah, it's very rare you see that from 100% player, true professional. He realises it could change the whole complexion of the game.
Well, he might have done here with that drop. Saints might get over again for another try. 31 and a half minutes gone. Scrum down to St Helens. Luke Walsh. Solid in the front. Once again from that man Peyru, who plays the ball to Roby. And here is Amor again, but having a struggle to get past those three, and they'll carry him over the try line, and he'll be held up obviously, so they'll go back 10 metres and play the ball. The tackle count will continue.
Sometimes that's an advantage. You know, you're so close to the line, that means that the defence can stop you, but when you come back, I mean, how often do you see when they get a penalty, they'll kick backwards to give themselves space? Oh, it's a big danger to come out. Rangi Chase came out of the line. You've got to make sure. He certainly did.
He did. He managed to bring Jordan Turner down with a bit of help from two others. Roby again. Looks for Wilkins. Short ball. Amor once again. This time he won't be stopped. Amor has got this down. The try is given to Kyle Amor. Ever present this year, it's Kyle Amor, the Irishman. And that's his 6th try of the season. It's 10th in a row as he's come off the bench. And he's such a physical presence when he leaves that substitutes bench too, and is introduced by the coach Kieran Cunningham.
Well, the error count is mounting, I'm afraid. Luke Dawn come up with a very, very simple error. No pressure. Good little offload there by Wilkin. The combination with Wilkin and Luke Walsh has certainly been effective, especially late in this first half. But it's such a big man, Kyle Amor. You can see him twisting it. You need good defence to stop that, but when you hit the line at so much pace, and to say the delayed pass from John Wilkin was quite superb. It's throwing it down.
It is. The conditions not terribly good at the moment. It's been pretty glorious up here in the northwest of England all week. Boiling hot, but the rain just coming down at the wrong time for the players of both St Helens and Castleford, particularly Luke Dawn. Maybe he'll make that excuse that the conditions cost him taking that high kick. Walsh then should have the extras here. This for an 8-point lead as we approach half-time. That's exactly what they've got. 18 Saints, 10 Cass.
Well, Saints did a very good job then of playing outside the sticks, and when the defenders will be there, it's normally some of the outside backs, the likes of Rangi Chase or Luke Gale. And all that Saints have been doing in this game is having the bigger men, the likes of Joe Greenwood and Kyle Amor, just picking out Luke Gale if they're on that right side. Just sending the big troops at the smaller men.
And there was a nice touch from John Wilkin. He just tipped it on to Amor, who ultimately ran over 3 or 4 players. I interviewed John Wilkin on one of our Facebook Live sections after the match, and he was distraught. Even though his side had won, he knew that he was way below his best, and he's gone somewhere to doing and making up for that. And champion players can't play at maximum potential all the time, but they can recover, get back up and keep going. They've got the strength of character to keep putting themselves in the frame.
Yes, he does have the character, John Wilkin. He made his St Helens debut 13 years ago. There's only Wellens, Roby, who's currently out there, and Cunningham, who played more in Super League for this club than John Wilkin. They've reached the final tackle here. They're running it, and Matty Fleming gets a kick away. Jordan Turner. I think someone got to it.
Was someone tripped?
Yeah, Johnny Lomax. Johnny Lomax was taken out. And this is what he's asking for, Jack Smith.
This could be a yellow card, is it?
Well, he's gone to his pocket, Jack Smith, hasn't he?
Was it a trip, or was it just obstruction?
Go back, Luke. Luke, go back.
You'll see on the replay here.
I think it's Rangi Chase. He's just tripped him up as he's going through. Made sure he didn't follow the ball. I think he was fairly clear there. He'll be in the sin bin.
This is a poor penalty.
Well, Daryl Powell will be furious. So they've just become their own worst enemies.
I think you might have a date with the disciplinary later next week, don't you, for that?
But you can't do tripping like that, Eddie. I mean, he wasn't even involved in the play.
Well, there'll certainly be some action from the match review panel. Could be a caution, could be a grade A charge, or something a bit above that. But it'll certainly be there.
First, Will Mayer.
Once upon a time, wasn't that a red card offence?
Was once upon a time, but was downgraded some years ago. Depends on the severity now.
Well, that's something for the match review panel to have a look at, certainly. And Daryl Powell will be hoping that Rangi Chase this season won't be over. This is another great barnstorming run from Luke Thompson. And on the back end of that trip from Rangi Chase and the other card, Castleford concede yet another try. They've paid a high price, and so has Rangi Chase. Luke Thompson with the try. Back from this 2-match ban for an illegal tackle on Justin Horrow last month. Only 8 tries in all. That's his 2nd try of this season, and 1 of the 8, now 2 of the 8 have been scored against the Castleford Tigers. Luke Thompson celebrating his return with that try.
Well, it's a silly play, isn't it? Look, there's no way in the world that he was going to get there. Why did he want to do it? Yellow card. Not only that, they're down to 12. Every time that the Tigers have come up with an error or given away a penalty, St Helens have made them pay for it. They're all over the shop. Look at that. Where's he going? Coming back in. It's just simple rugby league football. It's nothing outrageous. It's just basic, but it's effective.
Well, I've seen a purpose in Luke Thompson tonight. Comes back after that 2-match suspension. I think he's a fabulous player that if he gets everything right, because physically he's a specimen. You look at him there on your screen. He's built perfectly for a rugby league player. He's got a good engine, but most of all, he's got courage and bravery. And I think if he gets his act in order, he could be the mainstay of this Saints club and the international setup as well.
Luke Walsh adds 2 more points to the St Helens total. They've stretched away now as we approach half-time.
Well, it was the two Lukes. Luke once hiding behind the play of the ball. He's looking at Jordan Turner as though he's going to go out the back to Jordan Turner. And all of a sudden, he just switches it, the no-look pass to that man. And it's very difficult, as Baz already talked about, the size of him. But he is an athlete. He's big, he's strong, he's got good footwork, and he certainly can score a try.
Well, it was super heavyweight against middleweight there, wasn't it, with Thompson against Luke Dawn. And
well, it's amazing.
Luke Dawn just didn't have the wherewithal to bring the big fella to ground until he got over the line.
But isn't it amazing? You know, Castleford start off very, very well, take the lead, and then they scored a second try, 10-6. It looked as though they were in command. And then for some unknown reason, head-eye shots, penalty, knock on, poor positional play in defence. The defence has just completely fallen apart, and they're allowing St Helens to control this game.
Well, whenever St Helens, there is Rangi Chase in the sin bin. Whenever St Helens play Warrington, we talk about the hoodoo that the Saints have over the Warrington Wolves in Super League. They have dominated Castleford in similar fashion in the summer era, winning 37 of 43 and 22 wins and a draw from 23 on home soil. So that shows the size of the task that Castleford have today, and it won't be helped by giving away penalties like that, or the trip that Rangi Chase just delivered.
Well, they've been atrocious.
Oh, they haven't found touch here.
Play on backwards.
Is that a knock on? No, he said go backwards, boy.
Backwards. Ben Crooks breathes a sigh of relief. Gets away from two would-be challenges, and Greenwood comes back for a second effort.
Hold, go on.
McShane.
Oh, that's a shocking pass.
I was just about to say they're still in this game, aren't they? 14 points behind, but making a mistake close to the line. Talking about the weather, do you still try and open the game up, keep the ball alive, play on the outside, or just play that bit more conservative rugby?
I mean, it wasn't the best kick, and they did get away with it. It looked as though Ben Crooks, he fumbled the ball, but it did go backwards. But there again, a poor pass. Good pressure though by St Helens. That will be pleasing Kieran Cunningham. Is that they are coming in on the angle in defence, creating all sorts of problems. You can see the Castleford defenders that are getting that football and they're just not talking to each other. He's shaking his head in disbelief.
Yeah, no wonder. They got the second effort, the second chance, because the penalty didn't find touch. But I just wonder, when we saw that replay, whether the man who got the ball back into the field of play actually had his heels on the whitewash. But it's academic now, because Saints have got the ball anyway.
Well, they spilled it up, and this will be great relief, because quite frankly, if Saints had scored another try just before half-time, it will be a huge hole for the Tigers to get out of.
Solomona, they've kept him so quiet.
Oh, that was a high shot. He's got away with a high shot from Wilkin.
Kieran Cunningham, Sean Long on the way downstairs. A first half that's about to come to an end with a 24-10 scoreline in their favour. Darryl Powell would be far from impressed, because they began really promisingly, but then they have contrived to throw their advantage away. They led 10-6 after 16 minutes, scoring 2 tries. Dawn and Hampshire. Fleming got one in between for the Saints, but then restart, trailing here and struggling because they are down to 12 men, courtesy of the fact that Rangi Chase is still sitting in the sin bin for that act of petulance when he tripped up the St Helens player in the first half.
The Castleford players, Eddie, they realise they can't make the 4, and Darryl Powell, the coach, holds it back. I'm afraid they let the coach down in that first 40 minutes. They started well, but their defence and attitude has gone astray. Giving away too many penalties, too many errors. They really have to match up for the second stanza.
Well, Steve, you look at the stats in the first half. Saints just made 103 tackles, Castleford 166. One man down, you can't do that.
Saints have reached to tackle number 5, so this is the last in this opening set of the second half. Turner gets the ball away and only finds Ben Crooks. I'd just like to tell you about a little photo opportunity that was held during the half-time interval. 28 match officials from 16 European nations, would you believe, are over here for a week of sport, part of the European Week of Sport, hosted by the St Helens Rugby League Referee Society. They are relaxing tonight. Tomorrow at the Cowley International College, they will be sitting exams which will allow them to recruit new referees in their own countries, the length and breadth of Europe. And there are also 34 club coaches over here on the trip. They are watching Leeds against Batley at Headingley tomorrow night. So the referees around Europe have come here to see maybe how it's done, and tonight's official, Jack Smith, doing a fine job.
And that was far from a fine job. That was a shocking kick right in the arm to the full back, and they really have just lost their mojo as Castleford.
St Helens got away with the ball in the shape of Adam Smith. This will be head and feed to the Tigers here. Quickly down, 2 minutes of the second half gone. Half-time thoughts from the coaches, Angela.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie. Kieran Cunningham says, well, they started poorly, St Helens, in that first half. Castleford started quickly and Saints just couldn't deal with that pace. But in the second 20 minutes, they did pick it up. They just need to make sure in this second half they continue that momentum, take advantage of the speed and make sure that they dominate Castleford in terms of the possession that they have. Now, Castleford, they really need to regroup, get Rangi back on the pitch and pick up the pace and go set to set with St Helens. Good kicking, chicken chase that needs to be better, and discipline especially near the Saints line. And the bad news, more injury news for the Castleford side. Junior Moores has suffered ligament damage and he will not be playing the rest of this season by the looks of it.
Well, it just goes from bad to worse, the Castleford injury problems, but meanwhile they are camped now at the St Helens end of the field with Matt Cook as a result of that Adam Swift mistake. Paul McShane, and they have another set of six coming because Saints all offside. They have to get over the goal line at a situation like that where they're so close at the play of the ball. Didn't do it. This is Will Mayer.
But Solomon is screaming for it on this left wing. Remember, he just needs one more try.
Yes, he does, to equal Leslie Vinacolo's record. But this, meanwhile, is Webster. That's a very important tackle by Greenwood. Good defence from the big St Helens second row. McShane again. And Milner standing, but down he goes under the pressure from three.
How fast did Saints defence get up the line then and there? They're doing exactly the same thing. Oh, that's wonderful. No chance of offload. One down, nose round the legs, three up the top. No opportunity to get that ball away.
McShane waits again, just 2 meters away from the line. This is Gale, and Gale then finds Dawn. Well, Peru flew out of the line. They managed to keep it going. This is a chance for Minikin to get the ball wide to Solomona, maybe. No, McShane goes the other way. So now Gale has put the kick high into the air. He was taken out then off the ball was Solomona. He was pushed and barged out of the way, and I don't think Sir Darryl Powell is terribly impressed with that, and he's even less impressed here because Castleford are all offside.
Well, he shakes his head, Darryl Powell. He's disappointed, but because that should have been a penalty. Well, it was quite clear to everybody. You can see Solomona was blocked. Deliberate block, I think it was Dominique Peru. And you can see that Mr. Powell is far from impressed. And there's every right to be disappointed in that.
And then the penalty from Adam Milner. He's really leading by example in defence, Adam Milner. He's the first player all the time to get off the line. And Saints turning the ball over again, numbers in the tackle. Joe Greenwood loses the ball. Jake Webster thinks the man who's hit him. There it is.
Well, he lost it, but there was certainly a hand in there over the top.
But he's got to keep control of this.
Yeah, that's what I would say. And I think it's a loose carry. He's going in to make the tackle, not deliberately knock the ball out. He's got to keep hold of that one.
When you're carrying the ball forward and you're bringing it away from your line, you're in control. You pick out a man, you're going to run it in. When you are hit and when there's numbers that come in and hit you from either side, you've got to make sure you have a tight grip on that ball.
So head and feed at this scrum to Castleford, who blew Wakefield away last week, courtesy of Denny Solomona's 20-minute hat-trick, but he's been nowhere near scoring that try so far that will level Leslie Vinacolo's 12-year 36 tries in a season record that he established for the Bradford Bulls. But you never know. You never know. Over the next half hour or so, we just might see a bit of history being made, because here they come again down this left side. Minikin, that was high from Walsh, right round the throat of Minikin.
And it was a forward as well, Eddie.
Pass.
Yeah, it was.
Minikin is a very exciting player, and he always has been. His time coming through the ranks gives Luke Gale that front door option And Luke Gale looks at Luke Walsh and thinks, if I feed my player the ball, he can beat the half-back from St Helens one-on-one. It was high, without a shadow of a doubt.
It was a forward pass, but...
Do you think so?
Yeah. And
it looked like it on one angle. It didn't look like it from the reverse.
Well, Luke Gale, he's the captain tonight.
Stuart, that forward?
You're right, Ed.
That looks okay to me.
Yeah,
He steps back
This
when
is
he
the one.
passes
Look,
it.
this one. Maybe this is the view the touch judge had, Stu.
Well, the touch judge is level with it, so, you know, I was surprised. I would have thought that would have been a referee's call. He would have been in a decent position to see that one.
But the thing is that Luke Walsh definitely went into the face.
Hold, go.
Doesn't matter, though. The forward pass was ruled as Wilkin takes it on and has a little dash at Milner. And with help also from Mayer. Wilkin is brought down. There's a word with the referee as well. Lomax skips away from Milner's challenge. Here is Kyle Amor. He again gives Paul McShane a see you later. Paddy Flynn in the tackling as well.
Sorry, Eddie.
He's playing his prop forward, Paddy Flynn, Eddie.
He's been outstanding, though, Kyle Amor. He really has. Since he's come off the bench, he's called all sorts of creativity in for the side. The biggest problem that the Tigers have is that they've never been able to get the two halfback. And I know Chase is off now, but Luke Gale has had few opportunities. Oh, what a mistake!
Knock on
20-metre restart. St Helens fans thought that was another try begging there for Jordan Turner and co.
Well, now they're back to the full complement. Rangi Chase has come on, but he's come on with that mistake. He's just got back onto the pitch. He's wanted to take control and get back into the game. He comes up with a quick tap, and then all of a sudden looks to set someone out wide. It's a lazy pass.
Yeah, lazy pass. No chance for Ben Crooks to get this. And then it was bouncing all over the place. Saints nearly had the opportunity. Jordan Turner looked as though it was going to be a gift of a try. But the high kick from Saints have created all sorts of problems for this Tigers defence, especially in that first half. They were all over the shop.
Well, this scrum is forming, and we're watching this replay again of the fumble from Jordan Turner. Castleford coach Darryl Powell has made two changes. He's brought on the two youngsters, two teenagers. 31 Connor Fitzsimmons comes on for only his second appearance of the year. Brandon Douglas, a prop second row forward, just back from the academy
off the ball. Hold,
under 19s last week. He comes on for his debut, 12th debutant of the year for the Castleford Tigers.
Hold, go, 2.
And I'm sure Darryl Powell realises to give them the opportunity to just get a taste of what it's like at the top level. Nothing wrong with doing that, remember. Castleford, no chance of making the top 4. But he'll be disappointed, Powell.
Adam Swift into touch he goes. That's good defence from Rangi Chase. He makes amends for the error, and he gets a pat on the back from his teammates.
Yeah, put a lot of effort into that one. But get on the outside, try if you can. He's certainly instrumental. Watch him come on the angle and then use the upper body strength here. You're mine, see you later. Bang.
Just wait, just going early.
They're still always good signs. Rangi Chase is a fabulous player. When he's got the ball, you like to see him attacking those defensive lines. Anyone who's got a slow retreat, he'll attack them. His vision is exceptional. And he's back at the club where he made an outstanding name for himself, where he won the Man of Steel.
Yeah, he played the bulk of his career for Castleford. Second spell here. He was at Salford and then Lee this year. He retired in May. Came back, though, in July. Jordan Turner or Denny Solomona. Looks like Jordan Turner will be doing the talking with John Wells at full time at the touch screen. Once we have finished the match here, Denny Solomona. Every time he's got the ball tonight, St Helens have obviously said he is not going to equal this try-scoring record against us.
Well, it certainly looks that way, and I must say, Luke Walsh, we've known him for being the architect, the offloads, but he's doing a lot of defending as well. A big game tonight is Luke Walsh, but it's been basic stuff from Saints.
Good carry from Brandon Douglas.
That's all it needed.
That's a very good carry, straight into the heart of Saints defence. Look, he's up against 3 seasoned internationals there.
Chase with the kick all along the ground, bouncing tantalisingly for Lomax, and he picks it up gratefully.
Surrender.
Matt Cook leading the charge to bring him down, and does so with help from Douglas. The 33rd player to be used by Castleford this year. That tells its own story.
Yeah, it's been a huge problem, hasn't it, Daryl Powell? But under the circumstances, you can feel pretty proud, though. He wouldn't have felt that way at half-time. He knows that they can provide more rugby league football of the highest quality in this second half. Let's hope they do that.
Here's Luke Walsh. The Televe is on, fresh from his 2 tries last week. Coming off the bench then as well against Hull FC. Turner into the corner.
A wonderful kick.
It is a great kick. It is a great kick because it forces Hampshire to get to it, and then Dawn has to pick it up off the half volley and then picks up a bit of a clatter in the face as well from Morgan Knowles.
Certainly made contact.
Loose pass picked up by Ben Crooks.
It must have been a big gasp from Luke Dawn when Ryan Hampshire passes this ball to him. He's got absolutely nowhere to go here. Morgan Knowles, yep, cops him high.
Well, I must say that Jack Smith has not seen, and his assistants, the 2 touch judges. There's been quite a lot of head-eye shots that's been missed.
Here's Gale. Finds Webster. Webster's brought to ground. Tackle number 5. Last one then here. Gale's kick has to be good. It's right down the middle of the field. It is a good kick as well. It's made even better now by the fact that Lomax has missed it first time up. Collects it underneath his sticks. Gives the ball then to Adam Swift over on that left-hand side. Swift is pacey. That's a good ball.
Really well, Ben Crooks then.
Ben Crooks, great defence.
Excellent, Eddie. First of all, he was up against one of the fastest men on the pitch, Adam Swift. Then he moves from one attacker to another, straight onto his next job, which is young Matthew Fleming, who can trap as well, and puts him into touch. Great work.
Yeah, Ben Crooks working hard in defence. He's 24 next week. The 2013 Young Player of the Year. We're getting to that stage of the season, aren't we, as well? Man of Steel night looming in about 4 weeks' time also. We find out who this year's Young Player is, who the Man of Steel is, who the Coach of the Year is. Candidates throughout the Super League competition this year.
First, Louis Walsh away! Alex, come on!
Offside. St Helens too quick out of the block. Shrill blast on the referee's whistle. Jack Smith.
Well, Saints can't just relax.
10 metres.
Okay, they've got a pretty handsome lead, but you know, if Castleford scored 2 quick tries, the old nerves will set in.
Douglas not shy about taking the ball forward.
Been very impressed with him.
Only been on 2 minutes, Ted.
Yeah, been very impressed with him.
Gale gets the ball away. And that's at Minikin. Quick play, the ball maybe a little bit too quick. Dawn finds Milner.
Forward pass, surely.
Here is Chase, stabs the ball in behind the defence. Chase is on. A try from Ben Crooks.
Beautiful kick. Beautiful kick there from Rangy Chase.
Not given yet. They have a try on the field though. And they're looking for a possible knock-on in the build-up to this. There was certainly a bit of a confusing situation involving 2 Castleford players, Stuart.
There was, and the video referee shots will certainly give us a fair idea of what happened. You know, first looks was that he seemed to grab it at the second time. Well, I think he's in front of him. He's actually offside. So this will be chalked off, and it'll be a penalty to St Helens. It's hit him behind, and the man in front of him has caught it. See it there.
Yeah,
hits McShane.
Yeah, what a shame.
And Milner catches it in front of him.
It was a quality finish from Ben Crooks, who'd done some exceptional work in defence, but the 2 hookers cancel each other out. What a shame for Cast Tigers.
It would have been okay as well if Paul McShane doesn't make the play and touch it again with his right hand. Because is this okay, Stuart? It goes back, then it hits Paul McShane, and it's that play when he touches the ball.
Yeah, it's the fact that it's hit McShane behind him. As soon as Milner gets it back, he's offside.
But he's tapped the ball, hasn't he?
You've got to turn this down, I'm afraid.
Well, it's a great shame that this will be turned down because it was an excellent effort from Ben Crooks to get there and get over the line. By the way, Lee Crooks will be going crackers because we've aged him. We've also aged Ben Crooks as well. He's not 24 next week, he's 24 next year in June. I'm going to have to have a word with Somerset House and check. Daryl Powell,
I bet
a little shake ahead.
He feels the same way.
But that just shows that Cass is still in this game. The spatial awareness from Rangy Chase to drop the ball onto his boot, create that gap out wide for Ben Crooks. They're still in this game. It's been a good second half from them.
It's a good wake-up call as well for St. Helens. Kieran Cunningham, the coach, has got to get a message out. Hey, come on, we can't just relax. I just got that feeling that Saints were saying, oh, this game's won. You can't afford to do that, especially not when you're coming up to the playoffs.
McCarthy looks back out. Roby is behind him at the dummy half. He needs 3 tries, does Roby, for a career 100. He's had to wait a long time to get to that mark. He's only got 4 this year. Last in the win at Wigan in July. Alex Walmsley takes them to within the 20-metre zone. Roby again. Here is Luke Walsh. The kick will go high and crossfield under the sticks. This is a planned move. Oh, it's bounced off the post. And in the end, it is scrambled away for a goal line dropout.
Well, it's been a good ploy, hasn't it, by the home side. Give it plenty of air, get some height on it. It's created all sorts of problems. Quite a lot of the kickers utilise the posts and the crossbar to make it total confusion. Rangi Chase gets the left hand to it. Finally, in the end, this will be the dropout. But boy, the kicking from Luke Walsh, especially the high bombs, created all sorts of panic in the Tigers' defence.
I'll stay, time back on.
7 from 7 goals against Castleford in the Super 8s last year. That high-scoring match I mentioned, 42-38 to the Saints. Oh, solid run from
I'll tell you
Alex Walmsley.
Alex Walmsley obviously is one of the biggest players in the game, but the first person who was really tearing into him is Brandon Douglas.
He managed to get the ball away too, did Alex Walmsley. He's trying to put the boot back on as Roby scampers away from dummy half, finds
that was
Wilkin. It's a forward pass, the referee agrees, and he knows it. Raises his eyes to the heavens, does John Wilkin.
Oh, he knows that this is the forward pass.
It's good hustle in defence as well from Cass.
And that's the key, isn't it, Barry? It's what they're doing. Jake Webster getting off the line, putting pressure on that man, and Adam Milner. Again, I mentioned him right through this game. Look at this. Here's the youngster that Barry mentioned, Brandon Douglas. He said he's a very good player. He's not intimidated by anyone in a Saints shirt. He's set for the big future. This is the first time I've seen him play. When he carries the ball, he looks strong. In defence, he's fearless.
Through the scholarship with the Bradford Bulls, Brandon Douglas. Down he goes in the scrum. Gale feeds, and McShane gives it to Solomona. There we are, the 3 St Helens defenders welcoming Solomona every time he has the hands on the ball.
Well, they've never been had the opportunity out wide, have they? The Saints' defence has been very, very strong. The likes of Crooks and Minikin really giving any opportunity for the wingers. The defence has been pretty solid, and that's play on, knock on.
No, he's dropped the ball as young Brandon, first error.
It was a big hit and he knows it.
Well done, Terry, I'll thank you for this.
I'll put the mockers on the lad. Well, he still carried that ball into the collision strongly, picks out a couple of players. He's met by the old warrior in James Roby, who just manhandles him, loses the ball.
As a middleman, you're learning your trade until you get into your mid to late 20s. But the one thing you can't do without, especially as a front rower, is heart. We've only seen 10, 12 minutes. But the one thing we can be rest assured, he's got plenty of heart, plenty of desires, and he'll have a go.
Did you say earlier on, by the way, Terry, that Paddy Flynn was operating at prop forward earlier?
He came on at prop forward, first time in his career.
You've obviously taught him all he knows. Is that the case? That witness?
If he's got me to thank, God help him.
Televate plays the ball to Roby. Roby gets it away to Turner. Good ball to McCarthy Scarsbrook. Rangi Chase just shrugged off by the big fella. And he spins himself, or is spun to the ground by Douglas. Wilkin, back it goes to Walsh, lining up down this right side. Flying tackle by Gale, helped out by Minikin. Greenwood will get to his feet, plays it to Roby. Good defence from Minikin again.
It's a good job of keeping an eye on James Roby. He's had a fantastic game, and so has Luke Walsh.
Wilkin to the in-goal area. Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook coming, and Luke Dawn to the rescue.
Yeah, got the boot to it there. But he'll be pleased with that, Kieran Cunningham. The way that they built up the pressure, McCarthy Scarsbrook got pretty close to it. But Luke Dawn get there first.
It was a good kick, Steve-O, but it was the chase from LNS. You saw them pick it up and has a chance of getting out of their in-goal. Good work from the big forward.
Greg, stay behind.
He's styled himself on Gareth Bale. Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook?
Is he Welsh? Or?
No, have you seen the hair on him?
First,
I don't discuss hair, Eddie.
Brandon,
You know that.
No, well, you've nothing to talk about, really, have you? Here is Walmsley, rather.
2, Matt Cook
He's
away.
taking it up. He always does, doesn't he? Had a bit of a slow start to this season, but he's in fine form at the moment.
Roby.
Oh, that lines.
Quick hands, finds Jack Owens,
Surrender.
who goes to ground quickly
3,
under the
stand.
pressure from Luke Gale.
Hold, goal, 3.
Peru. Greenwood.
And this is where St. Helens have to show their composure.
Well, there was two
silly
efforts
play.
there from
Silly
Milner
play.
and another one from Webster.
Well, it's Adam Milner when he just gets hold of Greenwood, comes up again with a decent shot, tries to turn him around, make sure his head's facing his own sticks,
And
so
then
he
the
has to
ball came
readjust. Yeah, and then because he's got hands on the ball, that's the penalty.
Yeah, he hasn't done his coach many favours, I'm afraid, Adam Milner. Playing loose forward tonight, of course.
Here's Walsh again, flat pass finds Televe.
2, Brandon away, goal line 2.
Roby 5 metres out, will go down the left-hand side with Turner. He'll bring it back and take them on. And Douglas does well, he hangs on with the help from Chase. He forces him the right side of the whitewash from a Tigers point of view. Roby to Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. And that's the try for LMS. A career best 10 tries now this year, his 9th in the Super League. And the first of those came in the home win against Castleford here in March. He's been ever present this year, a great servant, Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. This is his 37th consecutive appearance, and he has marked it with a try on the hour.
Well, it was a little kick through, wasn't it? And he put the pressure on him here. Wilkin with the kick through. LMS pretty close to it. But then, again, just simple, basic rugby league, juggles with it. But that's about the 4th try today that we've seen from Saints. Just from one pass, sheer power in the forwards. Basic, but very impressive.
Well, Douglas left on the ground, and what James Roby is, he can look up and in a split second, he can decide what play he's going to get. He looks at Paul McShane, he looks at Louis McCarthy. Paul McShane defending with it on his heels. He's never going to stop that man. Whether there's a gap there or he's got to create a gap, he's been very impressive and one of the standouts for Saints this year.
Well, at the moment, the gauntlet is down as far as St Helens are concerned. They've thrown it into the Wigan den because we said they had to win by 15 points or more to claim Wigan's 3rd place in the table ahead of their trip tomorrow to Hull FC. And at this point in time, that's exactly what they have done. They are going to lead here if Walsh kicks this by 20 points. So on points difference, even now, they go 3rd in the table. And the 20-point advantage is confirmed. Can they hang on to this lead? Can they hang on to 3rd place? The battle is joined with the old neighbours, Saints and Wigan.
Well, don't we have some exceptional hookers in the game? Darryl Clark just down the road, Danny Houghton and James Roby, who's been at the top of his game for over a decade. He has the intellect and the intelligence to assess, spot and execute, and on that occasion he gets his side over the line.
Oh, a good knockback there. They've got possession of the Tigers.
They have, in the shape of Minikin. And Solomona has taken a clattering back play here as he probably went for that kick-off. As Fitzsimmons drives the ball in again. Oh yes, he got a clatter. Yeah, he got a clatter in his back, lower back.
It was Joe Greenwood that made contact with him. That's good defence from Fleming.
Luke Dorner got the first try of the night. Rangi Chase again looking busy. Back it comes to Luke Gale. And Minikin couldn't hang on.
That was a good shot, wasn't it? Straight on the ball in these conditions. Danny Orr shaking his head.
Well, if you're going to put that little short pass, then you don't throw it at 100 miles an hour, and I'm afraid that's what happened.
It's a shame for Castle because they competed for the short kick-off. You can see the frustration building between Darryl Powell and Danny Orr. Hull against Wigan then, it's the big one tomorrow. The chase is on for the League Leaders Shield. 7:30 Sky Sports 2. And Lee will be promoted to the Super League if they beat the Huddersfield Giants on Saturday. Sky Sports 2 at 3 o'clock. Big weekend for Lee. Big weekend for Huddersfield.
Is it ever? Pressure is on.
Big weekend for Hull KR with Jamie Peacock making a comeback. Big weekend also for Salford.
Neat chip over the top. Oh, this is awkward.
Dorner's read it perfectly.
Yeah, well done. Talk about putting your body on the line. That should be a penalty. They were all over him.
And they're all offside as well, the St Helens defence then. They were inside the 10. Solomona, he's not had the sniff of the try line tonight. Greg Minikin.
It was good tackle by Peru as well. Remember in the first 15 minutes, poor old Peru was in all sorts of trouble regarding to defence. The likes of Luke Dawn was just kitting him apart, but he really has knuckled down and got that defensive quality in action.
More problems for Solomona though as he played that ball. I don't think he's going to last the full 80 minutes tonight.
He's in the wars, isn't he? He's looking for work.
Gale drifts the kick all along the ground, was looking for touch, only found Jack Owens. And he gets away from Minikin. He's quick as Owens. He's got strength as well. Gets away from Fitzsimmons. Can't go past Luke Gale though.
They've got to get Solomona off. It's just a passenger.
And Luke Gale, I'm afraid, has conceded the penalty.
It's not worth keeping him on. I mean, he can hardly walk. Look at that. Take him off. You know, get him ready for it.
There's too many penalties.
You know, the final few games that they've got. But this, I can't believe that, you know, with the scoreline there at 30 points to 10, this is where it catches he just went in awkward.
Well, the right thigh, as you can see, heavily strapped on Denny Solomona.
There's one thing being brave, but what a run.
What a run from Walmsley. Tremendous stuff. Gets them to within 5 metres of the line. Roby waits. Oh, it's a penalty here.
Have to be careful here.
I'd take the 2.
And they're on a warning, Castleford. I wonder, is that deemed to be another professional foul by Rangi?
Well, it's pretty close. Any penalty that close to the line when there's been a break, you know, it goes in the referee's mind. He's put him on a warning, so the next player is going to be in the sin bin unless there's an improvement.
Well, maybe they're turning down the 2 points. They're fully aware of what you explained earlier, Eddie, that the difference in points difference is important to them.
Well, it is. It is tonight, and it will be maybe later in the season as well. Here is Walsh. This is Turner.
Good work by Rangi Chase. Got out there, make sure he got right in the face of that. And he's still going, it's Turner.
He's not stopped him. And he's short of the line when the referee called the tackle as held, so they won't take it back 10 metres. You just play the ball before the line, and that's what they do. Roby then fires the ball to Walsh. And that's another knock on, this time by Ben Crooks.
They probably saved a try as well. You realise that they're running out of steam, aren't they? Just got the fingertips to it. They had the overlap.
We were trying to let the ball do the work. All the Saints players hitting the lines and hitting some decent holes outside of Ben Crooks, and for Sean Long and Kieran Cunningham, well, I suppose it's mission accomplished. This was a dangerous game for them. As you said at the start, Eddie, they've been outstanding, Castleford, haven't they?
They started well, but the one thing that Kieran Cunningham will be aware of is the fact that most of their tries have come from very simple big forwards going over.
Walsh comes down the short side with Greenwood. Here is Jack Owens. Good defence. Well, if you pull him, you're going to concede a penalty. Greenwood's down in back play.
Is he ever? He looks in a bad way as well.
Play continues though. Here is Turner. Shaped to pass to either Ateleve or Johnny Lomax. Took the tackle himself, 8 metres away from the line. Problems for Joe Greenwood then as this move continues down that left-hand side again. Short ball to Louis McCarthy. Scarsbrook just scored, looking for a second. And hangs on.
Bayer's going to get this one, I think.
Well, there's a man, i.e. Greenwood, who is injured close to the try line over on this near side. So the referee has stopped the clock because he could actually bring the ball this way. Greenwood gets the rib.
It's the rib, shoulder right into the rib cage.
That hurts. That you pass the ball and then the split second, Jake Webster comes in as he relaxes and just hits him with everything.
Yeah, it will be the rib cartilage that will have taken a lot of injury there.
Well, it's been tidied up down this right-hand side, so play continues. Helens coming up the middle with Turner. And it's picked up by young Fitzsimmons, who has returned recently from the academy tour to Australia that Andy Kelly led, didn't he? Down to Australia.
Well, you look at this, we saw Greenwood, it was down and out a couple of seconds ago, and he still had enough power to put that on the big defensive tackle, despite having those ribs must be aching.
And Solomona with the initial run as well on this set or the second run on this set for Castleford. He's battling on bravely as well, clearly injured, as many of the players must be at this late stage of the season. Here's Webster.
He can't walk, and surely if Saints get the possession, they will put a lot of pressure on Solomona. He can't defend, he can hardly walk.
Gale dinks it over the top. Lomax read the script. Oh, ball flicks up into the air. Did it come off Lomax? It did. It came off Lomax, so the referee wipes the tackle count down.
That should be a penalty.
Gale wants to get on with it quickly. Here is Rangi Chase. Well, he tried to put the kick in. Not played at, says the referee, but St Helens had the ball back. Did Rangi Chase not realise? Did he not realise? And he's now given Castleford a penalty for offside.
Yeah, they're lucky, Eddie. As you say, the first play here, Rangi Chase dummies the ball inside to Matt Cook and then kicks it on the first play. Surely he mustn't have realised that that was the call from the ref, and then they're fortunate to get this penalty.
They are, because I think Adam Swift was the man who was in front of the ball. That's why the offside was given.
The only reason I can think why they're keeping Denny Solomona out there is that they're hoping to squeeze him in for that one try.
They won't risk it, Steve.
Well, it's there. I mean, you can't walk.
It's okay.
Not the best pass. Finds its way to Luke Dawn. They're coming this way now. Gale gives it to Webster. He goes up the middle. St Helens deal with that threat.
Come on, Johnny, goal line.
We're going to go into centre field, which they do with Gale. And then to Milner. There's a little juggle, but Milner, Wilkin and Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook getting the tackle in.
Hold, go for.
Patrick to Gale. Oh, and that was a no-look pass looking for young Fitzsimmons, and Saints have got the ball back. Yeah, there he is, Denny Solomona limping his way back into the defensive line.
What a game this guy's had tonight. James Roby, back to his best. He's been sensational.
Swift.
Surrender.
To the halfway line.
Stand 3. Hold right,
3
go.
tackles gone. This is Wilkin. Get those tweets to us. The boys in the studio answer the best ones after the match.
4. Hold, go, 4.
And Roby from dummy half drops the pass off to Walsh. He looks and finds Turner. This is Lomax.
Beautiful move. Criss-cross back on the inside.
Last tackle coming up though for Saints here.
Go last.
Down the left-hand side with Turner off the boot and picked up by Milner.
Tackle 1, James away.
Yeah, the ball played the man, so that's play on.
Into the last 10. St Helens with a 20-point advantage. At the moment, they are third in the Super 8s.
Yeah, not the best from Jordan Turner. Bit of a quiet game. Turner, Luke Walsh has been more of an architect. But the wonderful play from James Roby from dummy half tonight. And of course, we all know his defensive qualities.
Well, and he actually is St Helens' top tackler for this year. Coming into this match, he had tackled 1,000 times during the course of 2016.
Amazing.
I think there's only Danny Houghton who's tackled more. We'll see him tomorrow in the game between Hull and Wigan at the KCON.
Well, that was far too forward by Luke Gale.
It was easy for Lomax.
Yeah, of course it
was. Nice dummy from Lomax. There's open space ahead of him. He has Swift there in support as well. Now Swift is that. An important ankle tap by Dawn. They still haven't got him down. Now they have.
Left-hand side. Or will it come Solomona's way? No, they've gone that on the left-hand side. But surely they've got to go to Solomona now.
Play on! Play on!
All they have to do is get it out wide.
They're coming this way, Greenwood. Here is Jack Owens, and he has a little fumble. Then finds Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook. He then gives it to Greenwood.
Louis Dawn off the ball. Goal line.
Only 2 tackles gone.
Go, 2.
Roby then gives it to Wilkin. Wilkin then to Walsh. Walsh to Turner. Wide they go to Swift. Adam Swift over in the corner. Up the middle, coming right, back in the middle, going left, and Adam Swift gets over for his latest try. That's 15 tries now, and he has got tries in the last 3 home meetings before tonight against Castleford at Langtree Park, and indeed in each of his personally last 5 home appearances against the Tigers.
Well, it wasn't the best kick, was it? It was right down the throat of this fella, Johnny Lomax. Slowly but surely, after so many injuries, he's getting back into top form. They were struggling all the time. They went right after this, and then they put it together on that left edge. Beautiful pass by Turner. You could see the winger had come out of it. There's nothing that Hampton could do. All tight. Out it comes. Easy.
He's a finisher though, isn't he, Swift?
He doesn't get that wrong, Eddie, and I think his teammates have supported him perfectly. It was Adam Swift that made the break, but the patience and composure that Saints showed during that set of 6 allowed them to be in that position. Swift scoring in the corner, but it was the decisions they made not to pass that were just as important as the ones when they passed it.
Well, it's a try from Adam Swift on his 101st career appearance. He passed the ton last week against Hull. And Luke Walsh now with his most difficult kick of the night, and he's got 5 from 5, a 100% record so far. But this is testing, to say the least, particularly with a 34-10 scoreline in your favour. Maybe if it was 34-34, he might plonk this over, but we'll see. Oh, it's not bad. Oh, off the post. The width of the post denies him 100% with the boot. Adam Swift's try, though, 34-10.
Well, it's just sheer speed here from Saints. When the ball goes out wide, they do have numbers. Castleford, Ryan Hampshire, just bites in just a bit too much, tucks his eyes off that man. And not only is he strong when he's carrying the ball, but when he's in open space, he's got speed to burn. He's a decent player, Adam Swift. Very brave when he's bringing the ball out near his own try line, and in open space causes some problems.
Another shallow kick-off, but Swift, the try scorer, claims it for the Saints. There's no doubt now that they are going 3rd in the table. They're just ahead of Wigan on points difference. That's spur enough for Wigan to go to Hull tomorrow night. And of course, at the same time, Warrington play Widnes, so we will have a real picture of the top 4 come the end of this weekend and where they're going to finish, perhaps. Saints settled now, they're in the semi-finals. Wigan, Warrington, Hull. Who's going to Old Trafford? 2 of those 4, and who's going to win it? 1 of those 4.
It's tough to pick them, isn't it? It's tough to pick who's going to get there and who's going to win it.
Well, everyone will have, that is a great kick. Everyone will have their own favourites as to who they think should be there.
Well, amazingly, Eddie, it could just work out that it's a Saints-Wigan semi-final.
Do you know, I heard a former Great Britain international say last week that it would be a travesty if those 2 got to Old Trafford. I think that's insulting, actually. I think that is, you know, it's not the right thing to say, because whoever gets to Old Trafford on the night, they deserve to be there. And Saints and Wigan at Old Trafford would produce a classic, I'm sure they will, as would Hull and Warrington or whoever else gets there.
Any of the top 4, any of the top 4 have deserved the right to get to the grand final. And you look at the teams, all the teams more or less have had injuries to key players, and we've seen the emergence of some of the fantastic youngsters on shore that's coming through the system, like we've talked about Connor Fitzsimmons and Brandon Douglas. And Saints at half-time unveiled 10 of their newest signings that have come through the scholarship system, the stars of the future for this great club.
Well, you talk about the fact that it would have been travesty as far as the former international. Is that what you said? He probably never played in the grand final then.
I'd have to look in the record books, and I'm not going to dob him in anyway. Here's Solomona, but he hasn't got the pace tonight. He hasn't got the fitness tonight.
No, he didn't want that then, did he? You can see he's struggling.
Sadly, this injury might cost him the record.
Well, it won't help. I mean, Daniel Powell obviously realises that they're on the bench at the moment. They just can't substitute him.
Here goes Hampshire. Hacks the ball forward, races on, lovely bounce for Castleford, dealt with brilliantly by that young man, Matty Fleming, and he returns with interest.
He really has put himself about, hasn't he, Matthew Fleming?
And somehow, I was going to say, somehow
held on to it.
hands on, the referee has a different view, and so does the touch judge, and Luke Walsh is wagging his finger at the touch judge, and that's not good to see.
But not just that, it's threw the ball in his direction. You know, it should be a penalty minimum.
Did he take?
Well, it's right. It does come off Fleming, doesn't it?
Fleming.
If it hits Fleming, it's a knock on. He can point all he wants.
No, he's caught it before the ball has hit the ground, quite rightly, but he hits a man in front of him.
Yeah.
No, it's accidental offside to start with.
Shouldn't be a scrum. It should be a penalty then.
Regardless of whether you're annoyed with the decision or not,
he could give a penalty.
You cannot throw the ball. Be careful where you're throwing it. Come on.
Jack Smith having a word in his ear, rightly.
Really allowed to pack it down.
Well, I hope he apologised. We don't like that in our game. It's tough enough for the official
Heads in, ball in, Rangi.
without having words said.
No look pass from Luke Dawn, it was risky.
It's okay, surrender there.
Solomona is on one leg.
It's feeling sorry for him.
Sad to see.
Yeah, you feel sorry for him. Let's hope that he'll be able to get out there next week and play, perform, score some tries.
Well, he's only got two matches remaining, hasn't he, after this, to try and better that Leslie Vainikolo record. Of course, Leslie will be hoping that his record stands another year.
3, keep coming, come on.
Well, can they finish with a little bit of pride? It hasn't been the best performance. Oh, that's just giving it. That's a knock on. Oh, don't tell me
it's called play on, Steve-O.
There's a try here. There's a try here, I think.
This should be turned down.
Well, Will Mayer wouldn't thank him for turning it down, and they have given the try on the field.
Well, we could do without Walsh doing that in front of Jack Smith as well. He's congratulating the official. But this looks forward, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you can't judge a forward pass on the video referee, Steve. Well, that's a knock on, though, Stuart.
Well, no, he's passed the ball, so therefore he can't judge on it. No, it's not a knock on. He hasn't lost it. He's actually passed the ball. So,
but did they hit the ground?
No, it's still. It's part of the tackle. He's looking to offload the ball.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's going forward.
And it's going forward. It's
a knock on.
No, it's a pass. He's looking to pass the ball.
I see what you're saying.
But surely, any camera angles,
they can't get
any camera angles, that ball goes forward.
But it does.
I know, Eddie. I know
Stuart is right. The letter of the law is that will be deemed to have been a pass. Yes, it is forward by a good half a metre, maybe more. But
well, how can you?
It's not a knock on. It's exactly what Stuart's saying.
The video referee cannot judge on a forward pass, and that is what he's done. We've all seen it go forward. It should have been called in live play, but it is not a knock-on.
And it was sent up as a try from Jack Smith. So it'll stand.
The first question you have to ask is, how on earth is it sent up as a try? They have to give it. They have to give it. Darryl Powell, I think the face says it all. Well, they have to give it because, as Stuart rightly says, that is not a knock-on. It's a forward pass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Eddie.
Now, hang on. Let's do some maths here now. They still have the 15-point advantage, don't they?
Yeah, they're still okay. Well, here we go. The ball here goes out wide, and they've still looked to shift the ball. And Jay Webster been asked to play in a different position this evening. He gets the ball away. It does go forward. The ball then from Paul McShane to Will Mayer. They play to the whistle. The referee called play on, play on. That's exactly what Cast did. They played on. They scored the try.
Well, whistle, and what's more, it's Will Mayer's first try for Cast.
Okay, I won't take that away from him. But all I'm saying is, this is embarrassing. We have to change the rule. That is embarrassing. The rest of the sporting world will say, how on earth can you award a try like that?
Stuart made the point that should have been the call on the field.
Yeah, I know it's a referee's wrong, but people out there, we were looking, how on earth did they do that?
Well, you can't blame the video referee or the system.
I'm not blaming the system.
The protocol is in place.
I'm blaming the official with the whistle.
You're asking for a rule change a minute ago. Well, you are.
It's disgraceful. It's wrong.
Yes, it's embarrassing.
I know it's wrong.
I accept that.
All I would say, though, lads, is players come up with mistakes, so can refs.
So
and
do we.
Yes, and Jack Smith is a very good referee with a big future.
Absolutely. Yeah, we don't want to pillory the referee.
I still think it's embarrassing.
Well, it is, because it was handed up as a try, and because the video referee could not turn it down because it was not a knock-on. That's the nub of the problem.
Well, that's a knock-on.
He's got that right then.
Turnover.
That's the turnover.
Where you are, Kyle, where you are.
And an ironic cheer.
18 points is the gap. 15 points was needed for Saints to go above Wigan in the Super 8's table to third place. They are there by virtue of just 3 points.
Big pressure game tomorrow night. They're on Sky Sports, isn't it?
Isn't there just?
Let's go.
And I tell you what, there is, well, no, I was going to say there's a big minute or so left. It's less than a minute now, and Saints have got the ball, because Saints, had they conceded another try, legal or otherwise, they would have been staying in 4th place in the table.
Well, this will be just drives forward, kick into touch, and they've got the points difference that they intended for tonight.
Greenwood is pulled down. Good tackling again by Luke Gale. He's put himself about tonight, Luke Gale, hasn't he?
He's had to.
Lomax. Well, they all have, Castleford. They're so short on numbers.
They've had a dig for each other. They've really, really worked hard for each other.
Knowles to Greenwood. Amor gets the ball away. Big Alex Walmsley. Walmsley puts a little bit of icing on the cake for Kieran Cunningham and Sean Long. And the man who blows that hooter and the St Helens supporters. Right on the stroke of full time, Alex Walmsley restores a greater advantage for the Saints. They're third in the table tonight. We can have it all to do at Hull tomorrow to climb above them again.
Wonderful power. And that's been one of the highlights that Kieran Cunningham will be happy about his side. His simple, hard work, strength. And that is wonderful from Walmsley. He'll talk about that for many, many years to come. The handoffs to start with, get out of the way. Prop forwards, enjoy that.
Terry Wood, he would look and admire, because it was something he couldn't do.
Which one? Score
often.
the try or pass the ball? It was Kyler Moore that set him up.
Either. No, you did all right, Terry. We've got your highlights reel. Doesn't last long, but we've got the highlights reel for all of that.
A minute and a half, they tell me.
That's on slow-mo. Great way to finish a game, though,
yes,
for
tremendous.
Alex Walmsley. 6 points here if the conversion's kicked from Jack Owens. But again, what I will say about this Castleford side, 13 players missing. The efforts that they've put in, they've looked really good at times in this game. In defence, in attack, they can trouble more sides. But Saints have just been too strong.
Well, Jack Owens here, change of kicker. Jack Owens to add the extras, which he does. It's a 40 points to 16 victory for St Helens. That was the #1 priority, to win this match. Second priority, to win it by 15 points. They go third in the table, behind Hull, who are second, and Warrington now, who are top. And it's a chance tomorrow for Wigan to climb back above them if they can beat the Challenge Cup winners at the KCOM Stadium. You will see that with us live on Sky Sports 2. There's the man of the match. He's been waxing lyrical about him as Steve-O, the chairman of the Hookers Union all night. James Roby, first utility man of the match with Angela.
There you go, there's your champagne, James. We're just talking whether you've already had one of those this season or not, saving the best to last.
Yeah, hopefully, this time of year now we've got to switch on. It's the business end, isn't it? And the position we're in at the minute, I think we needed that win to secure a top 4 now, and we really want to go on and try and get to Old Trafford.
You've actually moved up to third. It might just be for a short space of time, but it's crucial, isn't it, that you just keep moving up and getting these wins under your belt?
Yeah, I think we just want to build week on week and try and improve, and obviously just get the 2 points. And where we finish is not really down to us. I suppose if we just keep winning our last 2 remaining games now, and the bit of the fixtures that are out of our hands, we might end up third, fourth, whatever. But I suppose we concentrate on our own game. That's all we're bothered about.
What did you think about the performance, though, the St Helens performance?
I thought it was pretty similar to the last couple of weeks, to be honest. Scrappy in parts, but then when we did keep hold of the ball, we looked quite good and we scored some points. So obviously a lot of lessons we know we can learn from this again. I think our ball retention was a bit poor, but apart from that, like I say, we've got the 2 points. That's all that matters.
That's it. The points are the points. Thanks very much, James. We'll talk to your coach now. He's just having a little word with Daryl Powell. But Kieran, just saying to James, a bit scrappy at times, but a win's a win.
Yeah, it's sort of in them games, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. It's everybody comes here with the expectations you're going to score lots and lots of points, and you're playing against a real curve-free side. You know, he's playing some really good, entertaining football, and you look at the sides in the last few weeks who they've posted lots of points on. So I was really happy with that second half defensive display, and I thought once we got into that semi-final type of football, you know, we kicked well and completed our sets and put them under pressure, then we scored some really nice tries. So overall, I'm pleased with the results.
That's the sort of football you like, isn't it? Semi-final football. Moving up to third now, and you've got a real sight really of the top of the table, but I imagine it's just one game at a time.
Well, it's got to be. You know, next week you're playing against a very confident Widnes side. You've been to Wigan and beat them, and you know they've been playing some really good football. It's hard when you play against sides who's got nothing to play for. You know, their season's pretty much done, but they want to upset the rest of the four. So we've got to go with the right mentality and do the right things there.
Thanks very much for your time, Kieran. We'll talk to Daryl Powell now, the Castleford Tigers coach. Daryl, you knew your team had to come out and give everything they got in a game like this tonight, but injuries really did you in again.
Oh yeah, well we started the game great, didn't we? And that period just before half-time really winded us, and second half we couldn't quite pull our game together. You know, got a lot of young boys out there who, and I thought there was a real togetherness and spirit about us tonight. Obviously we weren't quite good enough, but yeah, just fantastic really in terms of effort. Could have played a lot better, I think, but yeah, it was to be expected from us a little bit. We worked hard, but we didn't have the quality. Obviously losing Junior Moores as early as we did impacted on us as well. So yeah, I'm pleased in some areas. Obviously we could play an whole heap better than that, but for commitment and effort, it was awesome tonight. Yeah,
you lost Junior, but I must have a mention for Solomona. He looked in a lot of pain in the latter half of that second half. Were you keeping him on because you couldn't make changes?
Well, I got a message pretty much as soon as we kicked off that he'd got a problem with his hamstring, so yeah, he's struggling a little bit. He battled through that. He didn't get the try he wanted tonight, but he worked hard, I thought, just as the team did.
You continue to play as though you've got lots to play for, and that's what you did tonight.
Oh yeah, I thought as a team they really dug in and worked. It's always a tough place to come, and we haven't won here for I don't know how many years, and you know we've got to break that soon. Hopefully it'll be next year. We are just really pleased with the effort, and everybody can see that you know we're pretty busted at the moment, but boys keep fighting, and that's important.
Thanks for your time, Daryl. Thank you.
Busted, but still playing the most attractive rugby league I think that we have seen recently. Stated aim has been 5th place. That is still alive, but John Wells, they came across the St Helens side too good in both halves.
Brian, a win is a win is a win, and that's what Kieran Cunningham and the boys were saying in the dressing room. It was a game short on quality and execution, wasn't it? So you look somewhere else and look for the side, the most composed side. I think St Helens got themselves out into a lead, and then between the 54th and 60-minute period, they were able to apply some pressure, turn up twist the tourniquet against the Castleford Tigers, and it was 2 little bits of kicking. First involvement from Luke Walsh. Have a look. Once he passes this ball, I'll just identify him here for you because he's always working and always thinking. So he's standing right-hand side of the ruck. Just a little indication there to Lou McCarthy, Scarsbrook and John Wilkin, opposite side of the ruck that this is coming. And but for the chase of Lou McCarthy, Scarsbrook, Ben Crooks has a chance of getting that out, gets in his eye line, forces the drop out. The next one comes a couple of minutes later. Walsh to Wilkin, deft little touch. Again, Louis McCarthy, Scarsbrook's presence forces that repeat set. And then, although this isn't pretty, this isn't ugly, it still counts for 4 points. 6 points when it was converted. LMS from real close range. And that was what really broke the heart and spirit of the Castleford Tigers. They gave up. They got a lead on the 28th minute, which they never really succumbed and never really gave up. They weren't excellent. There's going to be plenty to learn from this, but game was broken in that period, Brian.
All right, John, thanks very much. We've got a very short break coming up now. After that break, we will have Jordan Turner at the touchscreen with you, John, and further analysis of this victory that saw St Helens claim the semi-final spot. Kieran Cunningham can start planning for that now. We will continue our analysis after a short break. Join us then.